The Church of Christ by James Bannerman is a book of ecclesiology, the doctrine of the church. Bannerman was a 19th century Presbyterian theologian, born into the Church of Scotland, but at the time of the disruption in 1843, left with Chalmers and others and established the new Free Church College. He was appointed professor of practical theology there. And one of the works that Bannerman produced while professor there was the Church of Christ, because Bannerman understood that reformation of the church, which was their goal at the time of the disruption, that reformation of the church was not simply a matter of reforming our preaching or reforming our personal piety, although those things were necessary and important, but he understood that a necessary component of reformation is ecclesiology, our doctrine of the church. And he addresses that fundamental importance, and he shows biblically, he develops biblically the doctrine of the church, Christ's doctrine of the church, the apostles' doctrine of the church, and shows step by step how that doctrine has come to bear fruition in Reformed polity and the necessity of us being faithful churchmen. Often we've dropped the ball there as evangelical Reformed believers. We tend to leave ecclesiology to others, and we tend to think of it as a dirty word, playing politics. But Bannerman stresses the vital importance of being a faithful churchman, being functional in our understanding of the courts of the church, and being able to operate in the courts of the church with biblical principles undergirding our actions and our words. James Bannerman is a Presbyterian theologian, was a Presbyterian theologian. His book is written from that perspective, and unapologetically so. However, whether you're Episcopal or Congregational or Independent or Presbyterian, the book has a gold mine of help for us in understanding how the church is to be governed by her elders. And whatever your background, whatever your ecclesiastical affiliation, there is stuff that you can learn here. There is valuable material that will be a blessing to you as you seek to guide your church, whatever its background. We need to remember that the Westminster Assembly was a group made up of men with a variety of different ecclesiastical opinions. And Presbyterianism was felt by Bannerman and others to be the most biblical expression of polity. However, they understood that there are others who hold different views, and that those different views aren't necessarily destructive of the church, but that they too need to operate within biblical bounds, biblical principles, and that when they do, that this too is a means of reforming the church.